Which video to make this evening. I was going to talk about the fact that Jaguar have paid a load of journalists to drive their new car, which is actually going to be 4 years old when they launch it and nobody's going to buy it. And then I was going to talk about the fact that Ford have cancelled the electric Lightning pickup truck. And then an advert popped up on my Facebook for a job for these guys. And I read the comments and I nearly died laughing. So I just thought I'd share that with you today. Other things that have been going on today. Spotted this while I was out and about, and you'll notice that underneath this all-electric Porsche Taycan is one of these lift things that they use for collecting a car when it's completely bricked. And I spoke to the recovery driver, and basically that was exactly what was going on here. Taycan was completely useless, so they used this radio-controlled thing to go to the customer's house, slide this under the car, and then get that onto the lorry so that it could go back to Porsche, or go sit at Bruntingthorpe Proving Ground with 400 other Porsches, although we're not 100% sure if they are there or not. But anyway, net zero is turning out really well. It's on the motorway earlier on, because I spend a lot of time on the M6 these days, and I didn't have a sofa on my roof, although I did just the other day. Anyway, I saw this, right? This is brilliant. West Yorkshire Police officers didn't have to give chase for long, chase lounge, when they spotted this car in traffic in Leeds. The sofa was balanced on top, held in place only by the passenger's hand. What an amateur. You need at least one strap. I managed to do that with, there's two straps. But what's really funny is they did eventually slide all the way forwards under braking and then all the way back under hard acceleration. But they did now get to my house. Well, one of them did. The other one went to the tip. Net zero. So that was funny. That was a little video I saw. And then, while I was browsing Facebook, I saw this, which is, that's the police. But this is the sort of thing that the DVSA do. Now, the DVSA are these guys, and they are recruiting. And that is the crux of this video. So here we have a Ford Transit van with a Freelander in the back, held on by one strap. Whee, the one strap brigade. There's a joke there about strap-on somewhere. And finally, this one, driver of the week. I don't know how he's done this, but fair play. Anyway, on my Facebook, there was a job advertised for these guys, right? This is the Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency, the DVSA. Become an enforcement support officer, a compliance apprenticeship. So this isn't a real job, it's an apprenticeship. And I thought, well, let's find out a little bit more if we can. So in order to do that, what I need to do is get my slides in order. Let's just get rid of these guys. Bit of a chilled out video today because it's been a busy couple of days, and I thought I'd do something that's a bit funny for an evening for you. Right, so the Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency, right? This is a post from them on Facebook. Did you know not stopping for a DVSA officer is a criminal offence? So what is a DVSA car and a DVSA officer? Well, basically, they are not the police and they're not the highways agency. They are the people that clamp you if you have no road tax, but they're not, because that's the DVLA. So we're not sure. But what is funny is Facebook comments about the job posting, so we're going to do that instead. The DVSA, the Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency, have the power to stop vans, lorries, buses and coaches, which allows them to carry out spot checks to ensure vehicles are safe and roadworthy. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of comments coming up about whether or not the roads are actually roadworthy. So we shall see. Then you've got a lot of comments on that post because people are confused. They will stop you to tell you that you have a broken spring or defective suspension or any other fault caused by the holes in the roads that you pay to travel on. Very good. Similar comment, Ronald. Actually, in certain circumstances, you don't have to stop or follow these planks. Planks, he's not talking about wooden planks. He's talking about these guys. But if you are carrying valuable goods or ADR, someone tell me in the comments what that means, you can carry on as long as you contact the police for assistance or guidance. So if you're being pulled over by one of these planks, also known as these guys, you can phone the police and say, there's someone behind me who's impersonating a police officer and I'm carrying very important goods and I don't need to pull over, apparently. Then Keith hasn't written this very well, but I think he makes a really good point. I was under the impression that officers originated, their original plan, their original goal was to clear issues and open the roads. That's clearly not happening, as you'll see in my Christmas special, which is coming up. I started editing it last night. It's basically 2 hours of me moaning about the roads in the UK, and I've done the same today. We've tried to drive in the UK today, and it just hasn't worked. And Bob says, very confusing. Only DVSA officers have the authority to stop. Traffic officers do not have the authority, and it does not apply to cars. So basically, I'm kind of reaching the conclusion that if you're driving in the UK and someone's behind you with flashing lights, just hedge your bets and go for it. Adam, they're also not officers, they're employees. Thin end of the wedge, trying to make the general public frightened, police on the cheap and not well trained. And then Adam says Oompa Loompas. You can't call them Oompa Loompas or planks. They are the Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency, and it's their job to keep you safe, which is nothing to do with the roads, but how can a limited company be in charge of enforcement? Good question. And then Huey says they'd be better checking if the roads are fit for cars. So now that's a sort of around the houses introduction as to how we've ended up on this video today. So let's just put up the advertisement for the job again as it appeared on Facebook. The Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency, you can see I don't follow them, use your great driving and decision-making skills in an enforcement support officer role. An enforcement support officer. The DVSA is looking to recruit a number of enforcement support officers. The role will offer an apprenticeship to help with career progression. The skills and experience you gain can then be used to apply for promotion as a traffic examiner. When they're advertised, you'll earn £26,600 alongside great benefits. The comments. Let's do the job first and then we'll do the comments. Anyway, if you want to apply, the closing date is the 5th of January. So what is the job all about? I had a quick look, and basically it's a civil service job, which means it's worth applying for just for the pension. It's £26,600, which I'll get onto in a minute, which is just about, if you don't spend any money on food or rent or living or anything, you could buy a JQ J7, so that's nice. It's a fixed-term contract, 2 years, and it is flexible full-time. Yes, £26,000 full-time. There's 12 jobs available. Can you imagine yourself on the front line learning specialist skills while helping keep Britain's roads safe? You will get paid more stacking shelves at Tesco, but we'll come on to that in a minute. Do you want an apprenticeship where every day is different, hands-on and full of real responsibility? Would you thrive in a role where you're part of a live roadside operations and the public face of the Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency? Do you want to be the public face of the Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency? A face that most people want to slap. If so, we'd love to hear from you. So it is a real job and it is £26,000 a year. Basically, you're going to be going up and down the motorway, wheel tapping, making sure that people are not cars, nothing to do with cars, vans and vehicles are safe. You'll be carrying out minimum maintenance and upkeep of high-vis vehicles and ensuring timely deployment. All right, so that's the job. And those of you that are serious people in the comments probably think this is great. But we're not really here for that because this is YouTube and I'm here to entertain. Come on and let me entertain you. So let's just do some comments on this not very good evening video. 26 grand a year is basically what most people have picked on. But some of these are hilarious. Tom says, no wonder they're always mardy when they pull you up with that wage. Powell, 26 grand. I'm getting more with a stable job Monday to Friday, all weekend and bank holidays off. Jay, how do they expect people to live on that salary? Only retired police officers drawing a pension. And funnily enough, there are genuinely retired police officers who are saying, oh yeah, this would be a great job for me. Scott, my apprentice tyre fitter earns more than that. Scott, again, I'm pretty sure this is minimum wage for a job like this. No, thank you. Darren, barely over minimum wage. Dean, pathetic wages. Jay, how do you expect people to live on that? We've had that one already. Oh, that's because that's on that slide. There we go. Get rid of that. Terrible video, Geoff. All hours, shift work, working in shitty conditions, no welfare, putting your life at risk for under 30 grand a year. The only reason you do that job is because you never made it as a policeman and you want to play pretend. 26 grand, I take it that's part-time. No, Simon, it's not. It's full-time. Next one, Ali, it's better than dole money and you're still disliked by working people. Adrian, that's 20 grand less than I'm already earning. Why such a low wage? Mark, 26 grand, that's 10 grand less than I'm on now. What is it with people like going on this post to tell everybody how much they earn? It's so retarded. I'm not sure you're allowed to say that. Scott, minimum wage to be the most hated person in the UK. That's the Prime Minister. Ian, unbelievably low pay for such a responsible and risky occupation. The average salary in the UK is now £38,000 and the minimum living salary in order to have a basic enjoyment of life is £30,500. So there you go. You can get paid to not enjoy your life by driving that thing. 26 grand is chicken feed, says Steve. 26 grand, oh, you're mad, says Andrew. David, is that salary a misprint? Leo, 26 grand to risk your life. Ouch. Steve, I'm not even setting my alarm. I'm not even setting my alarm for 26 grand. Double it and I'll bring my driving skills over. Paul, I earn more than that in an engineering factory labouring. Gary, can't make me follow you. It's optional. I want to know more about this in the comments. Can you let me know if it is actually optional, if the DVSA decide to pull you over? Steve says, where's it based? Well, it's based here in an electric Skoda on the side of the road. David, £171 a year above minimum wage based on 40 hours a week. It's a mug's job. Paul, £1,000 a week wouldn't be enough to take the hate that everyone will have for you when you're doing this job. You can see the comments all went the same way. Come on, just under 27 grand a year, and they wonder why people stay on benefits. It's a joke. Sean, the respect the police and civil service have these days is rock bottom. You need to change your ways towards the British people before trying to recruit. No, they're obviously recruiting for this to catch more people, even though what they should be doing is checking on the infrastructure because the roads are absolutely shocking. Bob, £12.79 an hour based on 40 hours a week. Supermarket shelf stackers receive £12.64. 15 pence extra for driving a car on the motorway and crawling around under HGVs. Rob, 26 grand, and they didn't mention the backhanders and payoffs not to stop certain vehicles. This is true. I have it on good authority, actually. Not necessarily related to the DVSA, but I have it on good authority that there are certain companies in London that don't pay the ULEZ because they have paid the correct people. That's interesting. Gordon, all your friends will never tell you anything dodgy ever again. Yeah, that's right. You know that time when you drove that car with no MOT or no insurance and you accidentally did such and such and the car was on sawn and you drove it anyway. And no one will tell you that because now you're an officer and you've probably got a target. You've probably got KPIs that you have to achieve. You've got to get in certain amounts of revenue by catching people for no road tax. Handy Pugwash says, hello, I have 30 years experience in transport industry. I've driven everything from 7.5 ton box trucks up to flatbeds, moving heavy machinery and equipment both in the UK and Europe. I have extensive knowledge of how trucks work and operate, as well as driver's hours regulations. Only fly in the ointment is I have a moral compass and I really don't like persecuting working men and women trying to earn a living like everyone else. If you can suggest how I removed my conscience, I think I might be the man you need. Oh, funny. Rob, my vehicle is no longer fit for purpose due to the damage sustained from driving on the roads that are not fit for purpose, and I can't afford to fix my vehicle due to the government that aren't fit for purpose. Guess I'll just carry on with it. Not fit for purpose. Brilliant. The UK is just no longer fit for purpose. 26 grand to be a grass. I'd rather be paid to watch paint dry than be a full-time grass. I just find the money offered is not proportionate to the level of danger and the abuse that they get. I mean, the abuse just in these comments is shocking. Gaz says, you're not legally obliged to follow instructions from them, just like PCSOs. What's going on in this country? Someone please clarify and let me know about this. This is part of the problem in the UK. 10 years ago, this would have been 30 grand per year job, which means with inflation, it probably should be 50, 55,000 pounds, but it's not. It's 26 because the UK is going backwards. Juno says, is it just me or is that not a very good salary? John, what? I'd like that job, but the money is awful. Better stacking shelves in Tesco, less risky. Scotty Scott, is a private company allowed to force you to follow them off a public road? Spencer says no. Richard says it's not a private company, it's a government agency. Samuel, we need to focus on making our roads fit for purpose first. Are our roads safe with all these potholes everywhere? Broken speed humps and drains that stick up out the road? I don't think so. UK roads are in absolute shambles. Most old cars driving on the roads today are in better condition. Correct. Keep trying to tell people, if you drive abroad, you'll come back and realise just how backwards the UK has become. To be honest, I've been pulled 4 times driving a foreign truck in the UK. I've never had any grief from them. If they can see you know what you're doing and you're all fairly pucker, there's no dramas. Back in the late 80s at Risby and Suffolk, there was a Vosa wheel tapper. They used to get called wheel tappers because they check your nuts are tight enough. I knew him when he started out as a bulk driver in 1983. He was one of the biggest fiddlers going as a driver, but he knew the job inside out, and that's what counts, not having some 12-year-old trying to tell you you've strapped the load wrong. It's going to be an apprentice, so it's going to be a 16-year-old apprentice. No, they've got to have a driving licence. It's going to be some 17-year-old with a generic haircut that all 17-year-olds have these days, telling you that you've strapped your load load on wrong, even though you've been a trucker for 40 years. It's going to be brilliant. Tony, you mean a revenue collector? Yes, Tony, you are correct. That's exactly what it is. John says, are there any pothole filler or upperer jobs going? You may see a great improvement in driving then, as people won't have to swerve every 2 minutes. Adam, lol, picture of the follow me sign to appeal to super snitches that want to feel powerful. Oh, 26 grand. I'd be taking backhanders all the way so I could actually pay my bills. I'd be doing the same. I'd be like, look, you know, the fine's 200 quid, but if you could do 50 quid cash, I'll drop this piece of paper in this pothole that's full of water and nobody will know it was there. Ophir Madar says that wage pays less than most lorry drivers they'll be pulling over. No wonder they aren't renowned for fairness. The DVSA is self-funding now, so it's not about fair. It's about finding you enough to pay the running costs of the organisation. Great point. Capitalism is reaching its true zenith. Kevin, great job if you live in a tent because you'll never afford rent or a mortgage. Do you get to carry a piece, says Paul. Yeah, a piece of Battenberg. Crawling under a 40-ton trailer, checking blown up air suspension for 26 grand. Great stuff, thanks. Andy, feck me, did you keep a straight face while typing the wages out, or are the wages part-time? Nah, the person that wrote it is a social media apprentice and they're on 16 grand. Edgar's, it's like, can you do a solicitor's job for minimum wage? Not enough money to become more hated than a traffic warden. We're getting to the end now. I replied, I can't wait to pull over my mates for a laugh. Daniel, my kids get more than that a year in pocket money. The Vosa wheel tappers, that's what they were known by, the HGV and PSV drivers in my days. Imagine the car you drive for work costing more than 2 times your salary. Yes, that is a Skoda Enyaq EV, and they are twice the salary. No point when you have 3 kids, not work, and get 47 grand a year benefits. Sam, you might as well have some more, because the government has just upped the child cap. So knock yourself out, stay at home, and don't knock yourself out crawling underneath a lorry with blown air suspension. Jace, Timu enforcement officers required. Yep, it matches the wage. Pete, 26 grand. You'd have to really love Battenberg for that. Another good police comment. Geordie, great example of how we've all benefited from minimum wage, which long term has brought more down than it's taken up and created a useless situation. I like this comment. I want to know your thoughts on it. I agree. I think the minimum wage has actually been probably worse for growth. Yes, it's... all right, just argue it out in the comments, all right? I won't get involved. 26 grand, is this an 80s advertisement, says Dale. And Paul says, I'm not sure why such negativity. Drive a car, pick on someone, guide them to someone else. It's hardly tough, like filling shelves correctly. I like it. Tom Allen, imagine being hated by literally every motorist to only be paid 26 grand a year. And Andrew says, cheap police officers. And the last one, is it any wonder people are better off on benefits? And Clint says, if you pay peanuts, then you get monkeys. Let's go back to my photo of the Porsche Taycan. Which is here. I am absolutely livid about the general state of the UK because it pretty much always is impossible to get anywhere. I find it astonishing that as a Western nation, our roads and our infrastructure can be as bad as it is. I do believe that the Highways Agency and everybody else is in on it, on slowing us all down. The phone's ringing. That's tonight's takeaway because the roads were so bad today, neither of us could be asked to cook. Thanks for watching.